Do you mind if I smoke?
No! You can't smoke anywhere on Site 200. Just because it's an administration building doesn't mean we don't have lungs. Or labor laws.
I've asked you that before, haven't I?
Twice! In the last quarter hour. You must really need a smoke.
You think this is like Memento, don't you?
Like what? I don't know what that is.
You don't? You know, with Guy Pearce and the guy with no long-term memory, can't stay in one place too long before forgetting why they're there. How old are you?
Marion, you can come in now. Please have a seat. The director will be with you shortly.
Thanks. Can I smoke?
Apologies for your wait. I didn't expect the meeting to go over so much, but, what can you do? But, anyways...
No worries. So if I may ask, what is the topic of this meeting? All I got was the invitation. The invite didn't have an agenda or subject. I mean, when the director says jump, you jump, but... Whoa! Okay. I'll just,
Who are you?
What? Oh.
Allow me to rephrase. Marion Wheeler, 49, with loving husband and 2 boys in tow. Likes camping, hiking, and ornithology. A boring mother with perfect airtight background in financials, as far back as we can examine. And you've got full foundation credentials, which we've never issued, including access to a list of installations and rooms which, well, some of these locations don't even exist, or were torn down decades ago. At least one of them hasn't been built yet. Yet you've got the front door key to it. And that's before we get to your anomaly access control list, which I can only term as egregious. So you're a spy, and your objectives are misaligned with ours. And my assistant wanted to cut Z3 loose on you, but I was able to bring him around. I talked him into a face-to-face. I thought there was a slim chance that if we locked you in a bomb-proof room and asked politely, you'd have the good sense to spare yourself the rest.
You idiot.
What?
I'm your chief of anti-memetics.
We don't have an anti-memetics division.
Yes, we do.
We have a memetics division, a telecontainment division, fire services, Ops A, Ops B, personnel, D personnel, and 24 others. We don't have an anti-memetics division.
Do we have an irony division? No? Alright. Well, try this. Why do you think the anti-memetics division would show up in the listing?
It's just a cover story. It's a good one, but she's had it worked out in advance.
Lose the peace.
But...
Now.
Thank you. Now then. There are anomalies with dangerous memetic properties, contagious concepts which require containment just like any physical threat. They get inside your head and ride your mind to reach other minds, right?
Right. I can think of a score of them as we speak.
There are also anomalies with anti-memetic properties, ideas which cannot be spread. There are entities and phenomena which harvest and consume information, particularly information about themselves. You take a Polaroid photo of one, it'll never develop. You write a description down with a pen on paper and hand it to someone, but what you've written already turns out to be hieroglyphics, and nobody can understand them, not even you. You can look directly at one and it won't even be invisible, but you'll still perceive nothing there. Dreams you can't hold on to, and secrets you can never share, and lies and living conspiracies. It's a conceptual subculture of ideas consuming other ideas, and sometimes segments of reality. Sometimes people, which makes them a threat. That's all there is to it, really. Anti-memes are dangerous, and we don't understand them. Therefore, they are part of the problem, hence my division. We can do the sideways thinking that's needed to combat something which can literally eat your own combat training.
Name one. Name an anti-memetic anomaly.
Anomaly 055.
Gotcha! There is no anomaly -055.
Again, yes there is.
There isn't. Anomaly numbers aren't assigned sequentially. There are gaps. That number hasn't been assigned. It's not superstition. We have enough to be concerned about without arbitrary numerological mysticism. But we have anomaly -666 and anomaly -013, But there's no anomaly-001. And there's no anomaly-055.
Take a look at this.
But
The file is dated from '08. It has all the right flags and signatures. It's keyed, coded, and real.
sir, you are one of the signatures. So you've seen this before?
Never in my life. As far as I can remember anyway, if the content is accurate, then both of us have probably seen it a dozen times. Maybe more.
That's not possible.
Possible? For Christ's sake, how long have you been working here?
But if it can make you forget its existence, if it's as powerful as the file states, then
Who wrote this file? And for that matter, how was the interview conducted? And who is Bartholomew Hughes? And most importantly, how do you, Mrs. Wheeler, retain knowledge of any of this?
Bartholomew wrote the file. He's dead.
What happened to him?
You do not want to know.
And what would happen if we did know?
It would happen to you as well. As for how I retain this, how you should be is pharmaceutically. You know we have Class A anesthetics for people who very badly need to forget things. Of course you do. Who could forget about Class A anesthetics? Well, in antimemetics, we have a different pill for people who need to remember things that would otherwise be impossible to remember. Nesthetics. Class W, X, Y, and Z. Same Greek root as the word mnemonic. The M is silent. Ah, 1 moment, please. Ah, perfect timing. These green little hexagons are Class W anesthetics, the weakest, suitable for continual use. 2 pills per day. Go down to the site pharmacy and ask. The pharmacist will claim they don't stock any such thing. They're misremembering. Tell them to double check.
Ah, I think I get it now. I'm starting to see why we're having this conversation at all.
you do?
It's because you missed a dose. You're supposed to be on these, the same as me and everyone on my staff. It's the only way we can work. You forgot to take a pill, and then you forgot all the information that the pills were helping you retain. You forgot why you were taking them, who gave them to you, where to get more. You forget about me and my entire department, and now I have to bring you up to speed. Here, catch.
So if I take this, I'll supposedly remember this whole conversation and we won't have to have it again?
That's the idea.
Should I be taking one of those?
Sorry, kiddo. Need to know. Maybe when you are a director yourself. Ugh. I hate taking pills. So, what is Anomaly-055?
It's nothing. Anomaly 055 is, as described in the file, a powerful information autosuppressor. As far as experimentation has uncovered, it can only be defined in negative terms. We can only record what it isn't. We know it isn't safe or Euclid. We know it isn't round or square or green or silver. We know it isn't stupid, and we know it isn't alone. But what we do know is that it's weak. It's weak because it's the only antimemetic agent in our possession which has a physical entry in the files. We have paper records of the thing. We have containment procedures. It's not safe, which means it's dangerous, but it's contained.
Procedures? Where?
Right up here.
Uh-huh. So then, how many other anti-memes are there? How much more dangerous do they get?
10? Statistically, probably at least 5 more that I don't know of. This doesn't count the antimemetic entities freely roaming the halls, not under containment. There are at least 2 in this room with us right now. Don't look. I said don't look. It's pointless. There is an invisible monster which follows me around and likes to eat my memories.
What?
Anomaly 4987. Don't look it up. It's not there. I've learned to manage it. It's like a demanding pet. I produce tasty memories on purpose so it doesn't eat something important, like my passwords or how to make coffee.
And what about the other one? What?
How did you know?
Huh. That's his gun. You stole it from him. How?
It's tricky to steal a firearm this heavy from someone without them noticing, but stealing a firearm and then stealing their memory of the theft is a little easier. Like I said, a pet. Some pets are dumb enough that they can be trained.
Right, sure. But why?
Because you were supposed to be taking Class W anesthetics. You can't skip a dose of Class W anesthetic. I've tried. You can postpone a dose, but you can't forget unless someone actively prevents you from taking it. There's only one person who could get close enough to you to do that, and that's your assistant. And remember when I asked him how long he'd been working here?
He didn't answer. I thought you were being rhetorical.
It, doesn't work here. It's an anti-meme. Since when do you have an assistant? You don't have an assistant. Look at this office. It's got one desk. You've got a receptionist outside. She's the one who screens your calls and schedules your meetings. Where does your assistant even sit? Where does it fit? Don't blame yourself. You're human. These things are redaction incarnate.
So is he, it dead?
Maybe? I can put the corpse in a research queue and we will see what we see when we open it up. There's a duality here, though. They're like parallel universes sharing the same space. It's conceptual versus concrete. Figurative versus physical. It's very unusual for these things to cross over. I don't know what this thing was, but it had a human body, which instantly makes it weird, even by our standards. As ever, the search for stalemate continues. I'll let you know if we get any closer.
Okay, got it. Any side effects to these pills?
Nausea and dramatically increased risk of pancreatic cancer, and very bad dreams.